Have you ever found yourself in a relationship with a person that just has a circular conversation going? Have you ever found yourself with someone where you actually think you can solve problems with, but then things only become worse every time you try to sit down to negotiate? Welcome everyone, my name is Marina Backer and I help people to recover from narcissist love abuse. Now, what really makes it worse is when we actually attach with a covert narcissist, and I'll tell you why. The covert narcissist is extremely hard to detect. In fact, they can go a whole lifetime and no one knows that they are a covert. Only the people who get very close to them, and it's usually their lovers. So what makes a person a covert narcissist? It's because they are unassuming. We do not believe that they are actually evil. And I know that that sounds like a strong word, but if you get to know a covert narcissist, in particular if on the high continuum of the spectrum, you will actually be able to say these people are really cruel. And they're so cruel that their resentment and revenge that drives them to hurt you can go to such extreme levels. So when a person is a covert narcissist, they're unassuming because they can come across as extremely vulnerable, and if not vulnerable, very humble. You know, always wanting the best for others. They may not even achieve that much themselves, and if they do, it's always done very quietly. So they're usually very quiet. You really don't know what is going on beneath the surface and what their real activities are. If you are dating one, or even if you're in a relationship with one, you actually get very little information given back to you. A covert narcissist, sadly, has a very fragile self. But what makes this really difficult is that they are so high as passive aggressives. So they may not display anger, and they pride themselves on that. They can come across as very even, but they will provoke it in their partners. So when you're involved with a covert narcissist, what makes it really hard is that all relationships, of course, are going to need to have negotiation attached to them. But with a covert, and here's the clincher, they are so stubborn. They see things the way that they see them. They want things the way that they want them. And you will feel this hardness to them. They are stubborn. The other thing that you are going to know about a covert narcissist is that you feel their anger. They're also usually extremely highly anxious or even depressed. But what then happens is that because they don't discuss their feelings, they then project that onto their partner. Rarely do they go for counselling. If they do go for counselling, it is a very good thing because it takes time for them to actually develop self-awareness. When these structures that I'm talking to you about, these characteristics of passive aggressiveness, stubbornness, resentment, when the person cannot see them because it's part of their personality construct, they cannot become aware of them. So self-awareness is limited or almost non-existent with them. That is why they are takers, because they're just saying, what can that person do for me? They don't say, what can I do for that person? They don't say, well, how is this person seeing it? So you will see passive aggressive extremely highly critical of criticism, and projection is big. They love dumping their anger onto their partner. Now, if it's not their partner, it'll be an ex. What they really do love doing with exes, they love keeping them in a holding pattern. They love keeping them even as friends with benefits, and they actually believe that that person is going to wait for them. They have high opinions of themselves when it comes to how the other person sees them. So if you were someone who really wanted them and loved them, then they believe that you will continue to chase them. Covert narcissists, people who have been involved with them, it can be decades. They can sit in silence. They can be in marriages, long-term relationships. And the other person, the non-covert, will need to comply to keep peace because they teach people how to behave. They will teach you not to raise subjects unless you want to be punished, either through silence, either through a big argument, right? If they know that you really want one thing, then they will withdraw that from you. If you tell a covert narcissist what it is that you're wanting in a relationship, they won't tell you straight out no, that they're not going to do that for you. They will do it differently. They will get you back. And it makes it extremely, extremely difficult. So if you've had a history of attracting these type of people, and you've even come to normalize it, then my 4-month program, Calling in Your Soulmate, can really help you, because we need to go and dig deep and find those traumatized parts of ourselves that have either occurred in this relationship or previous, and we have to start to break the bonds so we do not keep reactivating our trauma. So it is trauma reenactment, and we find ourselves back, a different face, the same thing. They don't listen, they don't validate. If you really do want to heal from a covert narcissist, a sociopath, psychopath, dark triad, then I really encourage you to book in for your free discovery call with me, and I can go through the program with you, and we can see how we can start to create the new and create the new faster. That's all for now, and take lots of care. Bye.